I will establish a new independent presidential commission on assassination attempts. And they will be tasked with releasing all of the remaining documents pertaining to the assassination of President John F. Kennedy. And they will also conduct a rigorous review of the attack last month.
Donald Trump vowing full transparency on the JFK assassination if reelected, and to take the lead in investigating the attempt on his own life.
Meanwhile, at least 5 Secret Service agents were pulled from the field and placed on administrative duties, one of them from Trump's personal protective team, following that fateful day in Pennsylvania.
Florida Congressman Michael Waltz is on the committee investigating the Trump assassination attempt, and he joins us now. Congressman, great to have you on the show. We had a Secret Service, we had a former Secret Service agent on the show a little bit earlier. He was very animated. This is all too little too late. Do you think this investigation or this proposal by Trump would help us towards finding, not just accountability, but the truth on his attempted assassination and others?
Well, we'll take a step back for a moment, and I applaud the president for doing this because he and himself personally, his first administration, and then how he's conducting himself in this campaign is all about transparency. And after years of Russiagate, after the nation watching the Department of Justice be weaponized against political opponents, President Trump is trying to bring whatever transparency he can onto the federal government and restore people's trust in the intelligence community, in the Justice Department, and across their government. And so much trust has been lost, down to the point where I sat there and he promised the 13 Gold Star families from Abbey Gate, when he gets back into office, all the tapes, all the videos, all the emails, everything will be released so that they can have full visibility on what happened. So going back 60 years to the JFK assassination, why are there still nearly 5,000 heavily redacted or partially redacted documents? President Trump released a number of them while he was in office. But come on, 60 years later, you're going to argue that there's still some type of classified material from 60 years ago that needs to be protected. So I think it's all about transparency. I applaud it.
Yeah, I want more transparency, too. I also want everything from 9/11 declassified. I want the Epstein stuff declassified. I want it all declassified. I think people have lost trust in our institutions. One of the things that also troubles me is whenever we have situations like this, by the way, this is a huge issue. I mean, the president was almost shot in the head. A Republican voter was killed, and 2 were very seriously injured, almost died as well. So we know there's this kid, and he has encrypted accounts. Why don't we know more about him? And would you explain exactly what he means by encrypted accounts?
Well, the task force received an FBI briefing this week. They are having some progress in getting into these encrypted accounts. Why? So for example, if you have, say, Signal or WhatsApp, these popular apps, they're based in the United States, and law enforcement can go through a fairly efficient process through the courts to get subpoenas and to get access with probable cause. But if they're deliberately based overseas, everyone knows, whether they're foreign intelligence agencies or terrorist groups, that it is much more difficult for us to access. So why did this 19-year-old healthcare aide have accounts based in 3 different countries, in Germany and Belgium and in New Zealand? That makes no sense to me. It makes no sense to me how he learned how to construct multiple IEDs with a remote detonator that was on his body without any flags and without anyone noticing. So the other thing that bothers me, Rachel, is that in multiple briefings, the FBI has been very quick to say we think he acted alone. Yet he had all of this other activity, and then in the same breath, they say we still don't know motive. And you overlay that with ongoing Iranian plots, an indictment for which was just unveiled just in the last few weeks, where a Pakistani-born operative with ties to Iran was putting down payments on hitmen in addition to recruiting spotters and recruiting protesters, a sophisticated plot. So Look, we have so much to uncover here, and my frustration is the FBI and the Secret Service are moving at a snail's pace. They're acting like this is a one-time incident that we can take our time to really unpack. No, these plots are happening right now as we speak. We have a foreign enemy trying to kill our former president. We need to be releasing information as we get it, and they need to move a lot faster, in my view.
Man, that's the kind of information we need to be hearing and understanding and processing. Otherwise, as I mentioned, 60 years from now, we're going to be studying this because they covered it up in real time, just like we are doing now with what happened to JFK. Congressman Michael Waltz, thanks for doing everything you can to try to get us info. We need it.
All right. Thank you.
Appreciate it.